Hello everyone, this is Jiapeng. So today I'm gonna to introduce you guys about two tools in the Linux. So the first one is PowerTop and the second one is Glance. Um, because I have to show in the camera, so I just using the Mac in photo booths to show I'm here. This is real me. So let me close this first and let's start. So before we start, here's how we're gonna install those kind of tutorials in the VirtualBox. So, so this is the first command I will type. So actually, I've already installed those kind of tutorials. I'll just show you guys how I'm gonna install. So this is the first command, and then after you type in this, you can install for example, power top, and then for this you have already you will definitely got your power like tools installed, and then you can just easily type power top, and then it will come to your first default of your first tool of power top. So power top is a power consumption tracking tools. So here is a default page of the tools. It shows like frequency of each processor running in your system, and it shows events and what is a category and what is actually it is. It's a description. So the higher of the frequency of the process, the most power it will be using of your system. So here you can also change your frequency file using S. So just hit S of your keyboard and it will show your current frequency is 20, and if you type 1 it will change to 1, which means we'll like refresh more quicker, and then now I'll change it back to 20. So this is the overview, and the second one is idle stats. Idle sets is kind of like CPU stuff, and it's not really important. And as a frequency stat is also like some CPU stuff, not important as well. So the devices stats, it shows you what device is in your computer. And so here the USB devices, for example here, is what USB devices connect to your motherboard. And if it is not 100%, it means like you can diagnose some issues. It may happen like with your USB devices. So here as well, like the network interface is intranet, which is related to my computer. And the last one is the tunable. The tunable is the most important one here. So the theory behind here is like you can see here the is bad or good things over here. The bad means so if you want to change it to good, for example here, the runtime PM. So if I want to change it to good, just easily type enter, then it will change to good. So good means if you are able to using the power saving options for this one. Like so it's kind of like power consumption like management tools. So if you want change it all to good ways, which means you provide your system with more less power consumption, but more like battery lives. So if you wanna change it all to good, not like one by one, so you can just quit the tools in sysman power top. It will comes to a menu like shows you here the most important one is autumn tone. So that you can just type in power top dash autumn dash tone, and it will like set all tunable options to their good setting without interaction. So let's so power top. So one of the most important characteristic of good Linux machine, especially with laptop, is power management, which is like extend its battery life. So PowerTop is actually um, terminal-based diagnosis tool developed by Intel that helps you to monitoring power usage by programs running on a Linux system, like when it is not plugged on the power sources. So an important feature of PowerTop is that provides an interactive mode which allow user to experiment with different power management settings. Actually, it's quite like useful for administrator to saving powers on a laptop, like for other stuff, something like that. So after this, let's go to the second tool, which is Glance. So like same as PowerTop, I've already installed the Glance. I just need to type in Glance. So Glance is a tool. Here it will show some um, text-based monitoring tools. It shows the system stats, like simply just running Glance. So this is what it looks like. It gives you stats of your CPUs, RAMs, and something like that. Here, for the dashboard, you can see my computer is one-core computers, and will shows you network. So this is my network card, intranet, and also the default gateway, and what is my computer's CPU usage of each program. So the different color means different level of risk. So the green is like it's quite safe. If it turn to the red, means it's not the this like the usage is not safe, which means the utilization is already like um there's no lot of empty rooms. So the process here like also shows memories of the utilization of memories. Also the disk input output, and also you can use a hotkey here, like just simply tap H. It will show the menu of the hotkeys, and you can use here in the Glance. So let me just tap H to create the menu. Let's try, for example, C. I tap C here. It will like sort by the CPU, like from top, like it will goes down to the real 0. So the highest here is my, I think is my Linux system. Then memory, if I want to go to memory, it goes to memory here, because the memory being highlighted here. And it will also like sort by the memory. It goes from up from down to the bottom to the 0. So it's kind of like also if you wanna like hide the disk input output, you can just type D, and it will be here. Here the disk input output is being hide, and you can show like that type D again, it will be show as well. Of course, as well as like if it shows file system like being used. Here I think my file being already being used too much, because it's turned to the red. And also it shows what level of percentage of your battery left. Here is 29% being left, which is not much. um, Glance is kind of like a tool, like compare with like top, um like those kind of top command in the Linux system is quite tricky, like to find an application or process that um, consuming a lot of system resources, because those kind of like top commands does not have the ability to highlight in program that are eating too much of CPUs, RAMs, or other resources. So keeping such approaches, here the Glance is a more powerful system monitoring program called Glance, and that it can automatically highlight programs that are utilizing high system resources and providing maximum of information about Linux. So my experience of using those kind of two tools, so the Power Top just provide me an idea how to extend my battery lives and reduce my power consumptions when I like bring my laptop to outside. And also the Glance, it tells me which program is using most of my CPUs or something like that. So which provide an administrator to figure out what is most CPU or RAM consumptions of using that, or what files take the most room of the disk. Um, so they can detect to delete or not. So this is what I've learned from these tools. That's it. Thanks for listening.